beat them in Philly, it's even better.
That'd be
so fun.
That'd be a sweet Easter conference.
Everybody always bitches about Philly fans. I love Philly fans. They're out of their fucking minds, and it makes the game so much more fun.
Exactly.
So, yeah, hopefully Boston sweeps the Nets.
I could see it. And the Bees are good, too.
Is everybody going crazy in Boston now for this?
Right now. Yeah.
Especially beating Kyrie.
And the weather's nice, so it's
there you go.
buzzing.
That doesn't hurt either.
No, it's buzzing, yeah. I mean, Boston sports doesn't get better.
Yeah.
When are we getting event back at the Garden?
And what a fucking rough team this team is. You know what I mean? It's not packed with superstars and all that shit. They got Tatum, and then the rest of the team is just fucking dog tough.
Yeah.
I love it. We'll be back to Boston soon. We're looking at Boston dates now.
Hell yeah. We had dinner with Calvin Cater last night, and he was itching for a Boston fight.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I love it. So, yeah, Dana, thank you so much for having us in your space. It's beautiful here.
Pleasure.
But how you been?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Same old shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Same old shit around
And so
here.
I'm excited to chat about like your journey as an entrepreneur in the UFC, the future of the sport. But first, I want to chat about like our relationship. So we first got connected on Instagram like 3 years ago.
Yep.
You posted an Instagram. All we said was, hey, we're some Boston boys trying to make it big in sports media. Do you have any advice? And you just said, DM me. And so obviously we DM you. You immediately sent back a response. And so when you first reached out to us, did you have any idea who we were, what the Morning Blitz was, or just trying to help some scrappy kids from Boston?
I had no clue. Yeah, no, I talked to lots of people on social media, and obviously you're from Boston, so that was a huge help. But I love all these young people who are trying to do something, entrepreneurial and anything I can ever do to help, I love it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And like we had a blast at UFC 244 in New York with the Diaz Jorge presser when we chirped Nate for being a vegan. He wasn't too fond of that, but I thought it was funny. I saw you laugh.
I thought Nate's reaction was pretty funny.
It was.
The
Terminator's a vegan motherfucker.
He handled that really well, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Getting into your journey with the UFC, and so you took over as president, and you and your partners bought it in 2001 for $2 million, right?
Yep.
And so, what was your biggest obstacle getting the company off the ground in those early days of the UFC?
It was fun, actually. When I look back on all that stuff now, and I think about, we talk about it all the time. Like Lene, my head of PR, who's sitting over here, she's like my right hand girl. She's been here for a long time, and we talk about a lot of the stuff from the old days, and this is just a completely different world now, man. This place was crazy. First of all, we weren't in this building. We were in much smaller offices back in the day, and it was a grind. Every day was just grinding. Now it's like, are we going to Africa? If so, when? We're still battling here a lot of the COVID goofiness. There's still some states that we're not going to because they're not locked down, but they're tough to do business in, and some other countries. So hopefully over the next 3-4 months, a lot of this stuff will go away and disappear, and we'll forget it even happened. But I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And so did you ever have a doubt on like what the UFC would become when you were grinding in those early 2000s?
No, I never doubted. The question was, is the timing right? Everything in life is about timing, and did we get the timing right? And the timing literally could not have been more perfect for the UFC. So, I always believed it could be the biggest sport. I mean, if you watch interviews with me early on, I said it's going to be the biggest sport in the world, and we're still trying to achieve that today, as we go into all these different countries. But I was right. I figured this would work everywhere, and I was definitely right about that.
Yeah, and so there's probably so many highs and lows of that journey, right? But those lowest of the lows, how do you keep powering through?
Well, I mean, if you believe in what you're doing and you truly love what you're doing, you don't let anything get in your way. I mean, there's so many things that can derail you on your coming. Number one, the first and foremost is your ego. Your ego, if you look at, you're telling me fucking Guns N' Roses couldn't get back together and play. You know how much money those guys lost and how many people didn't get to see them play? It's all because of ego, Do you really hate these guys that bad? You got together at one point and liked each other and created something incredible and put out albums that are unbelievable, and now you could be touring and doing all the, you know, it's all about keeping your ego in check and not losing your fucking mind.
Yeah.
You know, you buy this thing for $2 million, then we go $40 million in the hole, then it turns around and it's this rocket ship. You know, it's super successful. There's so many different ways that you could get sideways with your partners, like me and the Fertitta brothers. We never allowed that to happen. You know, we're as close now as we were back then, and that's the major key to success. If you have partners, keep your ego in check and don't lose your fucking mind.
Yeah.
You know, and remember why you got into this and how it all started and who did what, and you know, the Fertittas put up the money early on, and you know, I got lots of recognition and credit. You know, there was never any infighting over any of that stuff. So, you know, it needed all three of us to do what we did and to build it into what it is today.
I love to hear it, and I feel like when you find something that you love and you do it with people you love, that's like the key to happiness, right?
It's just, you have to remember, you know, you're doing what you love to do, and you're doing it with people that, no matter what's going on today, you know, as long as one of your partners doesn't lose his fucking mind, like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you know, it's so silly. If you look at all the things that have been super successful that have blown up over ego, and I mean that's the first thing.
Absolutely. And I feel like in business and throughout your whole journey, you've kind of had a fighter's mentality when it comes to your business strategy. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. You have to. You know,